Excellent connection. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for plenty more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun, advice. It is all waiting for you over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Happy Monday, everyone. I am here to answer your Royal Caribbean cruise questions. Talk Royal Caribbean. I'm getting choked up because I'm so excited to talk Royal Caribbean with all of you guys. So much happening. So many great cruises coming up here. Speaking of which, let's start off today's live broadcast with the most important question. How many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type a countdown in chat. Let us count down together. I am under 30 days until my next cruise, thankfully, on Freedom of the Seas, going on there May 20th. So I'm like a little less than 30 days. I got to tell you, I mean, no one has any sympathy for me, but being home for 2 months without a cruise, whew, it's been a challenge for the Mapster. It has been a challenge. That being said, now that y'all feel bad for me, not that I was looking for that, we're here to answer your cruise questions. Our first question, first of all, we had some super chats before the broadcast began. Nancy Roby. Nancy became a member in the Royal Caribbean Blog Club right here on YouTube. Nancy, thank you for joining the club. I appreciate you. Thank you. Desiree Hall, thank you for the super chat as always. Betsy, thank you for the super chat. Nicole Lombardi, thank you for the super chat. Nicole wrote, 713 days until Utopia of the Seas for me and my mom. Can't wait. I mean, Utopia of the Seas is getting here soon. Don't forget, this is the next new Royal Caribbean cruise ship coming out in July. And we're just about, let's see here, we're in April, May, June, July. We're about 3 months away from this ship joining the fleet, which is amazing to think about. Absolutely love that. And I think our next super chat, there it is, yes. Ann Whipple. Ann, thank you for the super chat. 14 days till Mariner. When you book a back-to-back sailing, can you bring 2 bottles of wine per person and have them hold 1 each for the next cruise? I don't think it's an official policy, Ann, to be perfectly honest with you. I would say in general, this is what I would do. I would bring it. If they say anything to you in security, tell them, hey, look, I'm doing a back-to-back cruise. And I have heard in those scenarios that usually they'll be like, okay, whatever, you're good. If you show them, like, here's my Sentinel Pass for today, and here's the next one for, a week from now, what have you. Just show them that you have 2 cruises coming up, and that'll probably be okay. I say probably, Ann, because there is no formal policy that I'm aware of. Suffice to say, you could, of course, go between cruises and get off the ship and get a bottle of wine and come back on board, but who would want to do that? I certainly wouldn't. But that would be, if it were me, Ann, that is what I would do the first, not getting off the ship. I would bring 2 bottles and see if they say anything. And if they do, bring your carry-on and then let them know that, hey, you're doing a back-to-back cruise. Let's see here. Lots of good countdowns coming up here. Wendy is here. Stacy Lamp is here. Bill Egger is here. Lots of great friends in the chat. Glad to have you all here. And I'm here to answer your Royal Caribbean cruise questions. Guys, hit me with your best shot of Royal Caribbean cruise questions. We're here to answer as many Royal Caribbean cruise questions as we can. Lots of time to talk all things Royal Caribbean. I don't say Royal Caribbean, just Royal Caribbean in general. One Royal. Love the countdowns here. This is fantastic. Smokey Bandit in the chat. Mary Ellen is here. Pascal, one of our moderators, is here. Smokey Bandit has no sympathy for me. I have to wait 221 days. Yikes! I forgot. Man, I feel bad, but my pain is still real, sir. Okay, I shed real tears. Simply Nessa, thank you for the super chat. 104 days till Utopia. Is Tony Diaz a real person or an inside joke? He's a real person. He's in the chat usually. I don't know if Tony's here right now, but he's a real person. The whole Tony Diaz thing began before COVID and all that. Tony was he was and is a regular in our chat, and he used to give me all sorts of flack because I would go on cruises a lot. Actually, it wasn't so much Tony, it was his wife. There's been no proof that she exists. But used to be comments that I go cruising a lot, and he used to, like, everyone would be all supportive, and Tony would give me no support. He'd be like, you know what, Matt? But he's a good friend. I've cruised with him many times, and he is definitely a real person. Tropical Ken just got off Odyssey yesterday. I tried the lava flow with Kraken Rum, and it was great. Thanks for the tip. You are very, very welcome. I see the Teresa McChain is here. Don and Judy Goldstein are here. Welcome. Jess, what do you think of the casitas on the ship? This is tough. I think there's a great deal of personal preference involved. Personally, I don't really think they're worth it because for a couple of reasons. One, they're almost always located like on most ships have two pool decks, right? The upper pool deck and lower pool deck. And the pools are on the lower pool deck and the casitas are on the upper pool deck. To me, that's like too far. I want to be able to easily, conveniently go between the two. And it seems like it's too far, number one. Number two, I'm also not a huge, like, hey, let's go spend all day at the pool kind of guy. And number three, the casitas do have a roof, but they don't have any walls to them. And the problem is, depending on where the sun is, there may not actually be any shade, depending on where the sun is. So I personally don't. But Jess, this isn't like the key in which I think like it's just a bad idea for everybody. I think there are people who do enjoy and can find value in the casitas, but I'm just not one of those people. Elaine is going to Nassau, doesn't want to do a paid excursion. What is there to do within walking distance of the port? Go to the Queen's Staircase, Elaine. If you Google it, you'll be able to easily get walking directions there. It's very convenient. You can easily go to the Queen's Staircase, Fort Fincastle, and then, of course, walk around the downtown area very easily. The distance is not very long to traverse, and it's pretty easy once you have which street to turn down to figure out where it is. Fort Fincastle is a fort. There's a statue of Christopher Columbus out there. And then the Queen's Staircase is an incredible feat of engineering in colonial times that's worth seeing. So those are the couple things to see, and it requires no admission to any of those. Actually, I don't know if the fort costs admission, but you can get a sense of the fort with actually going in there if it does cost admission. So there you go. We have another super chat coming in from... I'm scrolling. Paul Newsom. Paul, thank you for the super chat. What is the last day to change from refundable to non-refundable cruise? Thanks for all you do. Certainly the date I'm aware of, and I'll defer to my MEI travel agent friends who may be in the chat, would be final payment date. You can always change it up till final payment date and make that difference. But I don't know that I've ever done it beyond that. I've certainly done it right up to that point. I remember there's been a couple of cruises. Why would you want to do it? There's been situations in which you book non-refund. I usually book refundable cruise fare because a year plus out, like who knows what my plans might be, right? So I book refundable just in case. But obviously you can save money if you book non-refundable. Well, there have been scenarios in which when you get all the way up to final payment date, switching to non-refundable would actually be cheaper than refundable. This is usually the case with lower cabin categories, not like suites or anything like that. But it might be able to benefit you. You never know. That's why something a good travel agent could check out for you. Ronnie Bickers Jr. Ronnie, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, I'm wondering, you have a favorite adult beverage suggestion for me on Mariner of the Seas? Oh, my, I got a couple. I mean, number one, my go-to, one of my favorites, Lava Flow with Kraken Rum is absolutely fantastic. So my go-to for a really long time. So good. You can get that at any bar that has a blender. But also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a couple of other drinks that are worth getting on Mariner. Number one, in the Bamboo Room, On the Run is a fantastic drink. It's an adult Capri Sun. It's actually served in a plastic bag you can take with you around the ship, just like a Capri Sun. It is really, really good. Of course, at the Schooner Bar, and this is available on other ships as well, I would also add that I really like the Toasted Marshmallow Old Fashioned. That is fantastic as well. Ronnie, thank you for your support as always. Let's see here. Slew Dog, I remember when you used to slap Tony Diaz when you got a super chat. Maybe time to bring that back. I really stopped saying that, Slew Dog, because some guy actually did it to Tony. It was playful, but like that seems like a bad idea. So we're not mentioning that anymore. But yeah. Rai, thank you for the super chat. 6 days till transatlantic on Anthem. Nice. Tis the transatlantic season where a lot of cruise ships are heading over to Europe. I know Oasis of the Seas, I think, just left the other day to go there. So yeah, the transatlantic season is upon us. Hot Dragon's Fire. What beach is there to go for free in Cozumel? I am not aware of a free beach to go to. Every beach I know has an admission. Like even if you went to like a park, I believe there's still an admission cost to get in there. So I don't have one I could recommend to you. That being said, there are a number of beaches you can go to that are pretty inexpensive. Paradise Beach, you can pay $5. I know it's $5 or $10 now. You pay a minimum fee to be able to get in there and you pay all as you go for like anything that costs extra, like food and drink. But admission to the facility only costs you like $5, and that's not a bad idea. But yeah, hope that makes sense. What is a good place to eat in Cocoa Beach? Do you mean Cocoa Beach, Florida? If you're talking about Cocoa Beach, Florida, the is it the Cocoa Beach Ale House? Cocoa Beach. Yeah, Cocoa Beach Ale House. I go there all the time. It's one of my favorite pre-cruise food stops. Food's not going to blow you away, but it's good. And that's a good spot. And also good for the kids as well. Tam Carper, I appreciate all your cruise content. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Israel checking in on from on board. Icon of the Seas about to go watch Aqua action. Aboard this amazing ship after a delicious meal at Chops. Love your work. Keep it going. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Steve, Nassau Resort for a day with locations you might recommend. So, Steve, I'm actually going to go. I'm actually rechecking out the a resort that I've been to many times, and I kind of put it off, and now it's under new ownership. The British Colonial Hilton. I'm going to check that again out in May, Steve. You can hold on. I'll have a review of that. But otherwise, we've had our staff go to the Warwick Resort, to Margaritaville, and they're good for different reasons. So it kind of depends on what you're looking to do right there. We have some super chats coming in here, hot and fast. Yoink! Thank you for the super chat. When you're Diamond, do you complimentary daily drinks include gratuities? No. In fact, this was really interesting. I'm glad you brought this up, Yoink, because I didn't even know about this. There was on Reddit, there was an Ask Me Anything with a bartender from a Royal Caribbean ship. I think he's a former bartender now. And he said, ask any question. People ask this exact question. So if you buy a drink from a bartender, order a drink from a bartender, and you have a drink package, they get gratuity on that. But if you use your Diamond drink, they don't. So yeah, definitely give them $1. And the problem with the Diamond drinks, sometimes you don't get the receipt. So have cash for that for sure. Yeah, I was surprised by that, quite frankly. I don't know, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but it was certainly confirmed what was kind of a rumor out there. Ray and Nancy Cruisers, thank you for the super chat. 20 Days of Harmony. Do you recommend the Royal Caribbean bus to hobby after the cruise? Yeah, I would say, there's pros and cons to it. Personally, when I cruised in Galveston in late 2022 when the new terminal opened, I did a Lyft back and forth. I had no problems. I don't think you'll have any issues with using Lyft or Uber. The nice thing about the Royal Caribbean's bus transfers, it's simple, it's easy. Walk off the ship, board the bus. As soon as the bus is full, they leave. Like, it's pretty straightforward. But you're on a bus with other people, so that may or may not be a problem for you. And depending on how many people you have in your group, it may or may not be more cost effective. But I would say there's nothing wrong with bus. In fact, actually, it was funny, Ray and Nancy, when I was in England last year, and I for a cruise out of Southampton, I took the train down, and then on a whim, I booked the Royal Caribbean transfer, the bus back, and the bus was great. So I don't think you're doing yourself a disservice by any means by booking that. Let's see here. Next question is from Stacy with the super chat. Stacy, thank you for the super chat. Where can you find the hours you'll be in port? Booking an outside excursion. I want to be sure I'll be back on time. That previous cruise compass will want to be sure. Thanks for all you do. Yeah. And that's a great question, Stacy. And I would not recommend looking at a previous cruise compass for hours. There's a couple of places it'll be listed. Number one would be on your original booking PDF you got. The other thing, what I usually do, Stacy, honest to God, this is what I do. I just Google my ship and sail date. So like, I'm going on Freedom of the Seas in May. So I would Google Freedom of the Seas, May 20th, 2024. And there would be listed there a bunch, you would see a lot of listings for that cruise, and you'd be able to find the hours from there. It's on the Royal Caribbean website if you do a mock booking for your cruise as well. but I find it just faster to type in like, the ship name and the sail date. And usually that works out pretty well. Sergio, thank you for the super chat. No question today. Just here to support the channel. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Let me tell you something. If we take a timeout for a second, TV timeout. I just want to say thank you to everyone here. This channel that we've been doing this for a number of years before COVID, but it's incredible. I mean, I am so lucky, so privileged, so blessed, whatever you want to call it, to be here with all of you, that every week we sit, we talk Royal Caribbean, we have a good time, we answer questions, we share some good jokes. Like, I love that. And it means so much to me that so many of you come back week after week after week, and we have such a supportive community in here. People that, like, I'm answering as many questions as I can. I can't answer them all. But we got so many great folks in the chat, helping each other out, being amazing people. And what Sergio just did here, I mean, obviously didn't have to do a super chat just for the sake of that, but it just reminded me, it was like one of those moments where it was like, Matt, you need to take a moment and like take stock of what you have, because it's very easy to get lost in the, well, I want to be here and I want to do this and I want this and this and this. But I just want to say thank you for everything you guys have done in support, being here, chatting here, watching on your TV. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can never say thank you enough, but thank you so much thank you so much for just simply being here. That's it. And watching the video. That's it. So thank you very much. And Sergio, thank you again for the super chat. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. When will the Oasis return to the USA? In the fall. And do the fitness centers on the Voyager class ships have hot tubs? Yes. I seem to recall that. I'm not sure if they removed them during their amplifications, but I remember that being a big feature on there. I'm going to say yes. I'm pretty sure. But you know what, Andrew? You can actually check out. This is what I would do if you would ask me this question offline. I would go back to our YouTube video tours, because we have video tours of ships like Navigator of the Seas and Mariner of the Seas, and we have video tours that show the fitness centers in there for you to check on out. Michelle, what is Symphony's best itinerary? I want to sail on her someday. I mean, it's more a question for you, what you're interested in going to. Which place you'd like to go to. Hey, Brandy Schwab from MEI Travel is here. Hello, Brandy. Good to see you. R. Deaver, thank you for the super chat. 102 days till Harmony. Assign an accessible ocean balcony. What is the size difference? Also, is it worth it to buy an internet package? So for an accessible ocean balcony, I assume you booked like a guarantee and that's what you got. Depending on if it's a wheelchair accessible or simply accessible, that will determine how different the room is. Like if it's a wheelchair accessible, then the door has to be a certain width. So you would notice a much wider door and a much wider walkway in. Also, the room itself might end up being like a lot bigger. The biggest difference I noticed with an accessible cabin, not only the door and a doorbell, like a low doorbell, so that way if you're in a wheelchair, you could access it easily, is the bathroom. Either the bathroom will have like no lip on it, so you can easily roll a wheelchair in there. And in some cases, the shower has no enclosure, no barrier, because of course, that's for folks who can't transfer out of the chair and need to be able to take a shower in that means. So that's probably the most noticeable difference otherwise. Man. Greg, thank you for the super chat. 19 days till Icon. Can't wait. We booked an excursion in Roatan and noticed that to bring bug spray. Never been there. Are there any issues? No, I think it's a pretty standard thing that they say in almost like every excursion, Greg. Let me put it this way, Greg. When I'm on a Caribbean excursion, now I've not done like an excursion into the jungle, but if I'm going to the beach, I don't bring bug spray. Maybe my wife does, but I certainly don't. So, no. Next question. David Crawley. David, thank you for the super chat. We will be on the New Year's Eve group cruise. Woohoo! What special things will they do during that cruise? So, David, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for joining us on a group cruise. It'll be amazing. We don't yet know. We don't have that information yet. Typically, David, we wait until final payment date because we don't know what the numbers are going to be. We can't plan effectively events for a group cruise. By the way, A group cruise is a Royal Caribbean blog group cruise. So these are regular sailings, in which I invite all of you to come join us for it. One of them is Voyager of the Seas over New Year's this year. Anyway, if you want a full list of group cruises that we have coming up, go to royalcaribbeanblog.com/events. Speaking of that, by the way, we just announced our next group cruise is on Icon of the Seas in June. And I am so excited for this. We booked just for our group. Nobody else on the ship can enjoy this. I'm going out of focus. My computer can't believe this is a thing. We are going to have Darla Fox, the best pub singer in Royal Caribbean's fleet. We have booked her exclusively for our group to bring out. How cool is that? Like, that is like incredible. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, so David, we'll know more as we get closer to the actual date, well beyond final payment date. And then, yeah, so there you go. That was your question. I think I missed a question earlier. Sorry. The last question. Oh, I didn't answer you this part of your question. Is it worth to buy an internet package? If you ask me, it is, because I'm a nerd. I enjoy being on the internet. So I would say yes. Letty KLT, thank you for the super chat. 13 days till Wonder of the Seas. Thanks for all the helpful advice. You are very welcome. What do you think is the most good thing? Man, some of your grammar teacher is rolling over in her bed right now. That I hope did not miss. Definitely, I would recommend the most good thing. The best thing is what you should say there. Sorry, I can't help it. The best thing on Icon that you shouldn't miss, The Wizard of Oz, I think by far has to be it. It's got to be Wizard of Oz. So I would say check that out for sure. Everett, thank you for the super chat. Do bartenders get auto gratuities for serving Prime members? No. So tip them as well. Thank you, Everett, for bringing that up again. Yeah. No, with those things. In fact, Everett, if you ever notice when you're in the casino and you use your Prime, like at the bar, they don't even like scan your card, dude. They just write down like, okay, I served like 8 drinks today that were Prime. Like, so yeah, definitely tip them extra on top of that. Travis, thank you for the super chat. 185 days to Harmony. I've never been to a specialty restaurant on board. Is it like ordering food in the main dining room? Is the process different? It depends on the restaurant. Like a restaurant you pay a cover charge, Travis, like Chops Grill or Giovanni's. Yes, it's exactly like the main dining room. Just order whatever's on the menu. Other restaurants have a la carte pricing, like Izumi Sushi, Travis. Now, you still order it the same way, but you are responsible for paying for each item, as opposed to a cover charge right there. So, Jackie, don't make us cry. I appreciate your gratitude towards the group. I appreciate you. No crying, please. No. We're not at that point. But I do appreciate you guys. Ken, we're privileged to have you. So what you do, so much knowledge, and so welcome. We appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Evan, yes, I will be on Utopia of the Seas. I'll be on the first 2 sailings of Utopia when she launches right there. Which is better, Mr. Sanchez or Paradise Beach? I mean, listen, I'm biased, but Paradise Beach all the way. I went to Mr. Sanchez last time I went there about a year or 2 ago now. It was terrible. I was very disappointed by it. It was oversold, underwhelming. The Wi-Fi never worked. The food was mediocre. It was super crowded. Yeah. How can we find when ships will be going into dry dock? Royal Caribbean doesn't provide a schedule. You've got to basically kind of the easiest way is to look at go to the Royal Caribbean website, make a mock booking for a particular ship, and look for a gap in the calendar. That's essentially it. Royal Caribbean Rail News. I think you're asking about the new restaurant on Utopia of the Seas. And I don't know if this is, well, the answer is there's nothing new, no new update. But our team will be previewing a mock-up of the restaurant, I believe, next month. We'll have more details next month, but in the meantime, there's no new updates to share on that. Chris, hey Matt, I've been loading up your videos looking to book my family's first cruise. If I book a back-to-back as a first-time cruiser, will I get the gold perks on part of the back-to-back? Yes, provided you do one thing. On cruise number 1, go to the loyalty ambassador. Depending on which ship you're on, the loyalty ambassador's location is different, but they're available anywhere. Anyway, go there, let them know what you're doing, and they can hook you up for the second thing. If you don't do that, then no, you won't. But if you do that on the first sailing, then yes, they will. Chris, I also want to mention to you, because you've never cruised before, you're booking your first one. We have an online course here at Royal Caribbean Blog that is specifically for folks like yourself. That is made. It's an online course to learn everything like about Royal Caribbean. Like you could dive in all my videos and articles and try to find all information on your own, but you could do it through what we have here. And I believe I got the. Oops, I'll type it right. I believe the URL. Well, I found the URL the opposite way I want to do it. Well, I found what I was looking for. I thought I had a shortcut. I'm going to post the link in the chat. I got to come up with a better URL for this because it's not very easy. But Chris, check out that link over there in the chat that I just posted. It's our anybody can do it, but Chris is like it's exactly made for someone like Chris to check on out over there for more information about that. Kim Oakland. Kim, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Matt, for all you do. Kim Oakland, I got to say, now I might cry. Kim has been an amazing supporter for so long. I have known Kim for years. We've cruised together finally. And always supportive, always here, always a good thought to share. You're just what's the word? That's not a word. I'm trying to think of the right word. You signify exactly the type of community member here that we love. So thank you. Greg, thank you for the super chat. Did they stop posting the main dining room menus pre-cruise? No. It usually they usually load up, Greg, like a day or 2 or 3 before the cruise, but they're there. The menus have not changed, Greg. So if you wanted to find the menus, of course, we have the menus at royalcaribbeanblog.com. Robert Williams. Robert, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Matt. During the excursion, do you have to stay and watch carpet weaving and other stuff you don't want to attend? I know what you mean. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Yes, okay. Like, depending on the excursion, yes, there can be an activity that is like you roll your eyes at and you have no interest in. As an example, when we did in Alaska, we did the sled dog excursion, and in the sled dog excursion, the primary focus is you get to go on a dog sled. Dogs pull you. It's really cool. You get to meet the dogs later on. All amazing. But there was one part that was a little bit of history, and let me tell you something. Like, it's about the Iditarod. It's the Iditarod history is indeed extremely interesting and important part of Alaska's history. Totally get that. My kids don't care. My kids didn't care at the time. They definitely don't care now. They're a little bit older. So we just had to sit there and watch. That is sometimes part of an excursion, yes. Usually, unless there's an activity involved with it, usually you can sit there and kind of be off in your own world. You can watch your phone or do something. But obviously, if it's an activity, then I hope that's why you booked the excursion. But yes, it could be the case. Taylor, have you ever been to Pig Island in Nassau? Is it worth it? I'm not in that one, but our staff, Jenna, begged me. I don't think I'm being unreasonable here when I describe this story. She begged me to do the swimming with the pigs in Perfect Day Cookie, and I said, okay, go ahead and do it. And so we booked it, and I think she would admit that it was a waste of money because it's like 10 minutes. You're in the water. There are pigs around you. You're feeding the pigs, but pigs, when you feed them, like automatically poop. I don't know if you knew that was a thing. It wasn't quite as unicorns and rainbows as she imagined there. Flower Firm with an amazing super chat. Woo! Holy moly. I know exactly who this is. Dude. Mr. Papa John, dude, amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity as always. Holy smokes, dude. What a legend. This guy, let me tell you something. Not only does he have an amazing head of hair, and I'm jealous, by the way, so I'm not making fun of him at all. Amazing supporter of this channel. You're amazing. Thank you. 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 Ainsley, thank you for the super chat. After selling on Royal Caribbean since 2008, I said, if Matt can, why can't I? Just booked my first celebrity cruise on Ascent. Who's going to help me now? Actually, Ainsley, hold the phone. We got you covered, buddy. First of all, awesome. I've been on Celebrity Ascent. Fantastic ship. You're off to a good start. Number 2, We have blog posts at both RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and Cruise Blog talking about that. Bill Carico, thank you for joining the Royal Caribbean Blog Club, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Ainsley, we've got articles about going on Celebrity, sharing as much, and we have information about Celebrity Ascent. Again, you have to go between RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and Cruise.blog, but they're both over there for you to check on out, my friend. Sam Rivera. Sam, thank you for the super chat. 5 Cinco days till Icon of the Seas. We'll be experiencing the Surfside Suite. Thanks for your Icon videos and knowledge that you share. You are very welcome. Hope you have a great time. Sam, when you get back from Icon, let me know what you think about the Surfside Suite there. That sounds amazing. Danielle wants to know, how's the dining in the dining room changed to 21? Hold on a second. Danielle, there's a couple ways it's changed. Number one, there's a new menu. Number two, it's going to be a lot faster than you remember. Number three, they make you, or when you order multiple entrees or multiple appetizers, totally cool still, but you're limited to one at a time. And then the other thing is you're limited to one lobster tail on lobster night per person, obviously, per person. And yes, you can share if somebody else doesn't want it. Right. Thank you for joining the Welcome Blog Club. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Do you ever foresee an Oasis class ship for an Alaska cruise? Never say never. But it seems like it might be too big for that market just because of the ports there. But I'm not quite sure, quite frankly. So anything's possible at this point. I heard you were named King of Royal Caribbean in their official magazine, and you got a scepter and crown to wear. Let me check my email. Is this like happened the last 5 minutes? No. You might have heard wrong, but nonetheless, thank you, Meredith. Appreciate you. Next question. Yoink again with the super chat. Thank you, Yoink. 2 days of Bermuda in October on Liberty, booked Horseshoe Bay. Anything else I should do? We're actually doing that exact scenario, dude, in June. We're going on Liberty of the Seas, 2 days in Bermuda, and we're not sure exactly yet what we're going to do, Yoink. The principal problem is we want to go to Hamilton for dinner, but the problem is the water taxi shuts down at 5 o'clock, and it's very difficult to get transportation out of there that's not like an arm and a leg. So, yeah. I would say certainly what you're doing is I still have to figure out myself. That's the problem. I'm still trying to noodle my mind here with. If Chantel is in the chat, Chantel knows everything about Bermuda. Maybe she can offer some recommendations right there. Yeah, Darla Fox is amazing. Absolutely. Jay says Darla. Darla is unbelievable. I mean, just the best. I'm not being not some of the best, the best pub singer in the fleet. Sorry, Kieran, wherever you are. John Buys, thank you for the super chat. We booked a guaranteed room on Harmony of the Seas next May. Only 4 junior suites and a lot of 1 bedrooms. What's the likelihood of getting a 1 bedroom? I mean, you never know, my friend. When it comes to those suite guarantees, it's so hard to handicap that. Obviously, just because somebody else got X or Y doesn't mean you will get the same thing. It's so dependent on how those bookings go. So, I don't know. See, there's Chantel. Chantel, thank you for the suggestions on what to do in Bermuda, which, by the way, Chantel, I need to brush up on that article as well, because we got to figure something out when we go there. Let's see here. Where are my DAWs at? My DAWs Act, ACT, because it's in, first of all, mad props for remembering this dumb joke from high school that I mentioned last week. DAWs Act. Because if you say DAWs Act, ACT, quick enough, it sounds like, where are my DAWs Act? I love that. Fantastic. Ronnie, thank you again for the super chat. Did I miss your... Ronnie, you never miss your super chat. Where is it? I found it. Wow, it's really far down. If you win a Royal Up bid from a solo cabin, do they still charge 2 times the bid amount since you're going a non-solo room? Or do they offer a Royal Up to solo? No, when you do Royal Up, it's for 2. I think that's just like a hard and fast rule, Ronnie, as far as I know. So, yeah, dude. Unfortunately, I believe that's still the case right there. Angela, so bummed about your Facebook. It'll bounce back with all your awesome supporters. I recommend you all the time when people even mention a cruise. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, if you guys didn't hear, our Facebook page got unpublished by Facebook, and there was no explanation, no warning. Just happened one day, so we lost all of that. But we're getting it back. We're building back the page, and it's definitely going. I can't believe how many people have already signed up for it. So yeah. April, thank you for the super chat. I'm planning a cruise for the fall of 25. When should I start booking for the cruise? Now. You should start booking the cruise now, April. You want to book as early as you can. The earlier you book, the better. By the way, April, check out that course that I posted earlier. I'll post it again, April, for you. The online course we have that covers this and other tips and information you should know about and why it's so important, because it really is. The earlier you book, truly, it benefits you so much. Katie Kendrick, thank you for the super chat. On Allure, June 3rd, and booked Samba Grill for a night for my birthday. I haven't been before. Do you recommend? I don't. I have been, but I don't love it. I don't recommend it. I hate to say it, Katie. I just think it's your birthday. If it were me, I'd cancel Samba Grill and I'd book 150 Central Park instead. Samba Grill, the problem with it is they basically, I don't know if you've been to Brazilian Steakhouse on land, but the problem with Samba Grill is they want to they'll come to you and say, Katie, how would you like your meat cooked? And you'll say, however you like it. And they'll say, Matt, how do you like your meat cooked? And I'll say, however I like it. And then they go and cook the meat exactly to your specification and bring it out. The problem is, in a Brazilian Steakhouse, the whole point is that you're supposed to have constantly someone coming by and bringing food to you. And if you're sitting there waiting for the food, it really doesn't work. And I think that's been a miss with it. So if it were me, I'd go to a different restaurant. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Lady Right, I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for the super chat. Love the drink recommendations. 3 more, pretty please. Are we talking? Well, the other one was Mariner, but if your ship has a lime and coconut, Mariner doesn't. But if it has a lime and coconut, get the lime and coconut. That is phenomenal. 2 more. I'm trying to think of something beyond I don't want to say pina colada, strawberry daiquiri. Everybody already knows those drinks. I got one for you. It's so good I can't remember the name. It is oh my goodness. Hold on a second. What's the liquor that sounds like Sorrento's pizza? It's not Sorrento's. It's oh my god. Di Serono. Di Serono and Coke. I always when I first heard it, I thought it was Di Sorrento's and Coke. Di Serono and Coke, it tastes like Dr. Pepper. That is a fantastic drink. I can't think of that drink, and I'll think of my good friend Annie, who unfortunately passed this year, who turned me out of that drink many years ago. But anyway, we miss you, Annie, and that drink will always remind me of you. And then drink number 3. Oh, well, if you're going to Perfect Day Coco Key, get the Coco Loco. It's the official drink of Coco Key, and it's so good. Bill, again, thank you for becoming a member for 9 months. Dude, thank you. 54 days till adventure. Thanks for all you and your staff do. Bill, honestly, we couldn't do it without your support. Thank you, Bill, so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And Bill with the super chat. Dude, my dude. The guy, first of all, comes in, resubscribes as a club member, then turns around and drops a $10 dono. Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you, Bill. Holy smokes. Lorraine, thank you for the super chat. 26 days till adventure. I also missed the slap your grandma comment. However, I am a grandma, so I don't miss it that much. Lorraine, thank you for the super chat. Remember, I would say whatever it is, blah blah blah, is so good you'd want to slap your grandma, but you shouldn't. You should never slap your grandma. But it's so good you would want to do it. That's how good it is. But absolutely. If you're looking for a Roller Caribbean Live jingle, if you like your drink strong and love your cruises extra long, tune in for cruising tips galore. Just don't mind the printer on the floor. Isaiah, thank you for the super chat. Going on adventure June 1st, Labadee Limbo Bummer. I hope if you don't get to go there, I hope Isaiah, why can't I say your name? say you're able to go somewhere else, equally fun. But yeah, it's kind of hurry up and wait kind of thing. And again, Rai, thank you for becoming a club member. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Stacy, we need to rent a car from Fort Lauderdale, pick up my mother-in-law in Orlando and fly out of Orlando. Are we able to rent a car at Port Everglades? How does this work? Yes. You can't rent it like at Port Everglades, but there are car rental locations all around the port because you're in Fort Lauderdale. There's a ton of places. So just find one that's like, look at a map and find one. Like there's an Avis location right outside the port, and there's a number of others as well. Anyway, you can find those, give them a call, give the local office a call and ask, hey, if I rent a car here, will you come pick me up at the port? Because I'm on a cruise ship. And the answer is yes. You just got to find the one that's closest to it in order to offer that. Steve L. Steve, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a message from you, Steve, but thank you, my dude. I appreciate you. That is extremely generous. And KB coming in with the super chat. Thank you, KB. Is there any difference other than price picking a guaranteed cabin versus choosing I pick my room and only guaranteed is available? Obviously, not only your room choice, but also the price. So really, it's the price and the room choice, like the location, which deck, where on the ship, and of course, the price as well. But I would say the room location is probably the biggest thing to know about that. So yeah. They have not announced the entertainment on Utopia yet, except for one Cadillac. We do have news about that. I posted it on Friday or Saturday last week, this past weekend. There's going to be Aqua 82. So they're in the what's it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. The Aqua Theater. So that we do know that show because that just got leaked over the weekend. But other than that, we don't know yet what the shows are. Let's see here. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for your support. That's amazing. I'm still can't get over Flower Firm. My goodness. I mean, geez, incredible. I don't deserve that. Terry Arter. Terry, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Good friend. How are you, buddy? 17 Days of Grandeur. Shout out from Dallas, in town watching the Stars start their cup run. Happy the blog's up and running. Thanks for all you do, and see you at the Quill and Compass soon. I hope so, buddy. Terry, always good to have you here. Thank you for your support, buddy. You are amazing. What's the best time of year to cruise from Bayonne to Bermuda? This is a tough one, JC. Because if you say, well, not during hurricane season, okay, but it can be kind of cold weather-wise then. I would probably say early in hurricane season, probably in like June would be a good time, July maybe, because the tropics don't really heat up till later on, and then it'll be sufficiently warm. So June or July would probably be what I would recommend. Diane J, thank you for the super chat. I booked Paradise Beach all-inclusive Cozumel for my family cruise on Icon July 6th. Can't wait. That is fantastic news. Hope you have a great time there. We love Paradise Beach. Soulless Ginger, hotel recommendations in Miami. Intercontinental Miami is fantastic. Doubletree Biscayne Bay, Marriott Biscayne Bay. 3 great hotels right there. Sci-Fi, thank you for the super chat. Did I miss a message from you? I don't see it, but thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that. Thank you. You prefer my deer moose question better? I remember the question, but what was that? What do you prefer that over? Like, I'm trying to remember. What is this comment in reference to? Is my question. That I forgot. But that is a fun story. Yeah, that was in general, I'll say it was real quick. We didn't we did an article a couple of years ago now about the dumbest questions people have heard on a cruise. And the one that by far takes the cake is the person who wrote in and asked, when do deer become moose? In reference to going to Alaska cruise. Now, if you have to think about that for a second, pull over to the side of the road. When do deer become moose? Because they don't. They're 2 different animals. I can laugh because I don't know who that person is anymore. But yeah. Holy moly. I love that. The last ferry from Hamilton to the dockyard is 8:30 p.m. summer schedule. Ooh. I don't remember if we knew that or we thought it was earlier than that, but thank you, K&M. I'll take a look at that because I thought it was much earlier than that. One time I went to Bermuda, and this is like years ago with my folks. We went to there and we couldn't get a ride back. We ended up actually bumming a ride with some random dude who felt sorry for us because like taxes in Bermuda are like insanely expensive. Ooh, yeah, Ben, good recommendation. The Strawberry Blonde is a great drink you can find as well. Painkiller, man, you guys are totally, man, you guys have better memories than I do. This, look, Smoky Bandit, it has been so long since I've been on a cruise. Like, I've forgotten everything. Now you should feel sorry for me. You don't. I know that. Jeff Abramo. Jeff, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a recommendation for you. Our cruise, the Blue Hawaiian was great. Dude, oh, let me say, I will never like a Blue Hawaiian. The first time I ever drank an alcoholic drink. So my parents took us to the Bahamas for an all-inclusive resort. This is like, guys, I was in high school or just about to finish. I was 18, so I must have been in high school or about to go to college. Anyway, went to the Bahamas, all-inclusive. I could finally drink. And I'm like, cool, because in the Bahamas, you can be 18 to drink. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my first alcoholic drink. I'm going to get the best looking drink I've ever seen in my life, Blue Hawaiian, because it looks amazing. It's blue. Tastes terrible. Blue Curacao should be banned. It was so bad. And then I learned the important lesson of many that alcoholic drinks, don't judge a drink by how it looks. That's for sure. Let's see here. William Long. William, thank you for the super chat. I am looking for a message. Sometimes people would tweet super chats here. Sometimes there are messages, they get disconnected. Oh, there it is. 40 days till Tammy Long and I celebrate 40 years of marriage on Icon. Happy anniversary. That is awesome. I know we can bring a bottle of wine on the ship, but are you restricted as to where you can bring it? No. What's on the ship? I don't care. The Teresa McShane, thank you for the super chat. Di Serono, Amaretto, and Coke is like cherry Coke. Painkiller is Tony's favorite. Right. Yes. Correct. The Di Serono and Coke is like Dr. Pepper, and I guess the Di Serono, Amaretto, and Coke is cherry Coke. So there you go. Deborah, thanks for all the information you provided over the last few months. Have 6 days. I'm on Symphony. Yeah, nice. Any final recommendations? If you haven't done it, book your shore excursions. That's still one thing to do. Reprice that. Sorry, Deborah. Reprice anything that you've booked already, just in case there's a better price. You can still have time to cancel and rebook those. But that's pretty much it at this point. Those are the biggies for sure. Print out your luggage tags. Print out your luggage tags. I always forget that. Bill again with a super chat. My dude. Thank you so much. Adventure is going to Turks instead of Labadee June 15th, according to Turks port schedule. That stinks. Well, thanks for the update on that. Appreciate it. But I suspected there might be more cancellations there from Labadee. Yoink again, my dude. This is your third or fourth super chat of this broadcast. I mean, I know you've done them many times before this, but holy smokes. Thank you, Yoink. Thank you for everything. I'm booking 3 to 4 cruises a year, and now my friends and family book Royal Caribbean cruises too. We did it, chat. Yoink's family. We love that. We love that. Fantastic. Tukes, last year, Royal Caribbean for a few hours was a new version of the key. Oh, yeah, that was by accident. Correct. Royal Caribbean canceled $10 back. Did anyone know about this? Yeah, we posted about this at Royal Caribbean blog. It was just a huge mistake, Tukes. Basically, it was an option for Celebrity that wasn't supposed to be put out for Royal Caribbean. Somebody hit the wrong box or what have you, and it was just a big mistake. That's all. Ronnie Bakers Jr. again with a super chat. Holy smokes. I'm wondering, what things are located below the water level on the ship? Crew areas. Are there cabins down there? Crew cabins. Yeah. Basically, a lot of the crew cabins and crew facilities, the engine room, laundry room, the crew mess, a lot of the crew cabins are all below the water line. So basically, no guest things are below the water line, guest facilities, guest cabins, but a lot of the crew stuff is. Kathleen, going on Celebrity Reflection in the fall. What are your thoughts on Celebrity? I've done 1.5 Celebrity cruises, half because one was like a media cruise, doesn't really count. So 2, everyone will look at it. But I'm doing Reflection as well, right? Isn't that the one that goes to Coco Key? I'm doing that. I booked one in September and I booked another one for August because I got it for free through the casino. And I'm like, heck yeah. Anyway, We actually have one of our team members, Kathleen, Elizabeth, is on Celebrity right now. She was at Perfect Day Cookie on a celebrity cruise. We have an article about that at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. So more information about that. But we have a lot of information about Celebrity at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and our sister site, Cruise.blog. But Celebrity's great. We love Celebrity. Really, really good. Wantro, thank you for the super chat. Just got off my cruise Saturday. The Hammond? I don't know what that word means. That something on the icon has my skin looking like I'm 30 years old and 59. Love your channel. Well, I don't know what the thing is, but I don't know. The Fountain of Youth is on there. Yeah, T.O. said, what? I don't know what Hammond is, but whatever it is, dude, that's awesome. Love it. And you got a cruise on Saturday. Hope you had an awesome time on Icon, dude. Oh, love that. Christopher, thank you for the super chat. Facebook problem. What was that what Lolito's video was about? It dropped about 3 hours ago. Yeah, I haven't seen if that did. That's news to me. But yes, basically, Christopher, and big shout out to Tony. Tony has always been such a great friend. I talked earlier about how supportive you all are, and you guys are amazing. We have the best community right here on our YouTube channel. But the community of like-minded creators within the cruise sphere, I don't know how to put in words how I can say thank you to folks who are so supportive, some of which I've never met before. I was blown away when Don's Family Vacations posted a video like highlighting my Facebook troubles. I was like I'm not that important. Like I don't need to have that in there. But and if Tony did that too, I know that Sherry posted something on her Facebook page. Emma Cruises did as well. Like I mean, Cruise Radio did. I'm floored by it. It's amazing. And if Tony did as well, even if Tony didn't do that, I don't care. Tony's a great guy. I've known Tony for a number of years. Just a really, really smart guy, fun guy to hang out with. Like we're on the same wavelength there. And not just because we live in Central Florida, but yeah. Basically our Facebook page got deleted, unpublished. Everyone look at it by Facebook. No explanation, no warning. 300,000 followers. Poof, gone. We got to start all over again. Without doxing myself, I did, Mark. Do we know each other? Smokey Bandit, thank you for the super chat. For the non-sweet drink lovers, the Negroni family of drinks, including the Boulevardier. Let me tell you something. Thank you for the recommendation, Smokey Bandit. And listen, you love that drink. More power to you, dude. That's great. That was one of the drinks that there are a few drinks in this world that you will eventually drink and immediately spit out. That was one of them. I drank it like this. I was like, gross. I'm never drinking that again. It was just terrible. It was awful. Ladies, right? Thank you again for the super chat. I got water all over my face. Thank you, Smokey Bandit. We booked the hideaway for Cocoa Key. Any ideas for Cozumel without booking an excursion? Love the drink recommendation. Trying them all. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but my favorite thing in Cozumel is by far Paradise Beach. That requires an excursion. So if you don't want an excursion, here's what you do. If I were you, walk out of the port terminal, look for a taxi. Take a taxi. No excursion. Take a taxi. Tell them downtown. They'll bring you downtown. Lots of shopping, eating. It's a great spot to hang out, and you can easily grab a taxi to head on back. So that's what I would recommend right there. Deer become moose after a lot of drinking on the part of the observer. Yoink is a dudette. I'm pretty sure I knew that before and I forgot about it, so I apologize. I apologize. Why do deer become moose? Just for the elk of it. Oh, Lauren, the legend Lisco. Lauren, thank you for the super chat. Banana coladas and lava flows get my drink vote. Totally true. Absolutely. Great recommendations there. Thank you. Cruisin' Mother Ducker, thank you for the super chat. 6 days till Anthem Transatlantic. You're the second person in this chat that's going on that cruise. Plan on partying in Bay on the night before. What's a good hotel nearby to sleep off all the Seagram's grape wine coolers? Any hotel, I don't know any, but most of the hotels at Newark Airport, not Newark City, Newark Airport, are probably safe bets right there. And they're also very close by. Is Crown's Edge on Icon worth the price? No. And Brent, I did a video about why it's not worth it. Last week, I did a video about Royal Caribbean ripoffs, and I talked about that one in that video, so check it out. Jessica Beth, thank you for the super chat. Snorkeling in Ketchikan? I know this is a serious question, but I don't think it's an option, is it? That water's got to be frigid, dudette. No. If it's an option, suffice to say, I've not done it. But I know nothing about it either. And if you're asking me, is it an option? I got nothing for you. Jay, thank you for the super chat. I got to say, blue curacao was worse than cough syrup, but tamarind curacao, so good. Dude, all right, Jay, I will remember this. But the next time you and I go on a cruise, you gotta convince me to try it, because I would never do this on my own. But if you say so, because blue curacao is straight up terrible garbage water. Yeah. So love hearing that. Thank you for the support. Hobbs TV, Hobbs, thank you for the super chat. 39 days till Royal Loft on Symphony. Can't wait. Thanks for all the great cruise info. Let me tell you something, dude. That suite, the Royal Loft suite, it's going to spoil you. It's one of the best suites out there. Like, you're in for a real treat right there. You and Don and Tony are part of community rivals at worst, friendly rivals for sure. No, we are not rivals. I think they would agree with me on this one. Like, we all have different content. Like, my favorite thing is, like, occasionally there'll be, let me put this in perspective, Michelle, and I'm agreeing with you, by the way. There will be like a thread on Reddit or Facebook. It's like, guys, who's your favorite YouTube creator? And people will write, oh, Emma or Sherry or Alana or Tony, right? And they'll post all these things, and inevitably someone will say, so Matt from Royal Caribbean blog, thank you. And then when someone does that, someone also write, I don't like Matt. I don't like his videos. They're not like, Emma's videos or like Tony's videos. He has, like, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly true. I don't make the same kind of videos like anybody else. I don't think anybody else, certainly not those folks. Like, we complement each other. We offer different approaches to it. And I think that's what makes it more interesting, that you all can indulge and take in and enjoy plenty of other videos that are not just, we're not all carbon copies of each other. And I think that's awesome that we complement each other. We offer a different take, a different spin, a different method of presenting our content. And that is awesome. So yeah. Let's see. What's up, Tony? Good to see you. Juan Trial, thank you for the super chat. The hammam is in the spa. It's a steam room on steroids. All right, you guys got to. We only got a couple minutes here, but is this only on Icon or is this on other ships as well? I've never look, guys. I've been covering Royal Caribbean since 2012, 2010. I've never heard of this before. What is this only on Icon? Because maybe this is a game changer, guys. When getting Wi-Fi, it's better to get one device for each of 4 people or 4 devices on one person's name. Usually, Ryan, you got to do the math, but usually a 4-device package on one person usually is cheaper right there. Let's see here. Modern Myths. Good to see you in here, buddy. Late or not, glad to have you in here. Thank you. Is Celebrity cheaper than Royal Caribbean? Not necessarily. Pricing always varies there, but not usually. Let's see here. And I think we got time for a couple more questions here. Sludog, once on board, can you book Coastal Cushion every night or only one night at a time? I believe you can book it all at once you're on board the ship. So I believe that's the case. Hi, Matt. We're heading on Oasis this summer from Barcelona. We're not planning to get a drink package. Does Royal Caribbean allow you to drink your own soda cans in the Windjammer? Yes, absolutely. Michelle, we love your content. We appreciate your candor and honesty. We're Emerald, almost Diamond. Nice. When you get to Diamond, that is such a game changer right there. Really and truly. Very, very important right there. So hopefully you get that very, very soon. Rockin' PE. Hi, Matt. I want to say thank you for visiting with our son about a potential internship with Royal Caribbean Blog, 35 Days to Freedom of the Seas. You're very welcome. I hope he has never emailed me back, but I hope he does, because he looked very promising right there. Adam, love your videos. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Is Up and Away going away? Cocaine never runs. It's not going away, but it requires near perfect weather conditions, which inevitably is like not the case, but yeah, for sure. All right, guys, on that note, we're going to head on out of here. We've run out of time, but it's still there, Liana. So you're good to go. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tony Diaz, thank you so much for your amazing, amazing support tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your amazing questions, chat, jokes, drink recommendations, reminding me about fun things we used to talk about here, and everything else in between. You guys are incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we're going to say thank you to our super chatters before we get going here, because you guys are amazing. Holy smokes. Juan Trow, Hobbs TV, Jay, Jessica Beth, Cruisin' Mother, I got to say this right, Cruisin' Mother Ducker, Lauren Lisco, Lady Sprite, Smokey Bandit, Christopher Lai, Juan Trow again, Ronnie Bickers, thank you, Yoink, Bill Caracow, Teresa, William Long, Jeff Abrano, Cecify, Diane, Jay, Terry, Arter, KB, Steve L, Rai, Isaiah, Lorraine, Bill Carico ×2, Lady Sprite, thanks again, Katie Kendrick, April, Ronnie Bickers, thank you again, John Buys, Yoink, thank you again, Sam Rivera, Ainsley, Flower Firm, dude, my dude, thank you so much. Robert Williams, Greg Donkey, Kim Oakland, Travis Kistner, Everett, Letty, David, Greg, R. Deaver, Andrew, Sergio, Stacy, Ray and Nancy, Yoink, Rai, Ronnie, Paul Newsom, Nessa, Ann Whipple, Nicole Lombardi, Betsy, Desiree, and Nancy Roby. You guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. We'll be back again next Monday right here on YouTube. Until then, guys, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun, like book another cruise. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody.